Welcome, friends. Well done for taking the time and the energy to spend some time with yourself. And specifically today, it's spending time with not so much with our heads and thoughts and to-do lists, although it is an essential part within us. It is not the only part within us. Yesterday we had a workshop here of men wellness workshop, which we talked about how there was a wonderful clinical psychologist that came, John Murphy, and he gave a talk about emotions and about emotion in specific with men, but like how men work with emotions, and it was quite wonderful, very powerful workshop. After that we continued into a breathwork session where we know pretty much all of you here know that sometimes in breathwork session emotions come. But the idea is that in breathwork session it's really hard to miss the emotions because they're very strong. In a mindfulness practice it is much more subtle. And I know about myself, a lot of the times it's I'm either listening only to my mind or I'm listening to my emotions, but it's really hard to integrate between and kind of really hear them both, and actually not operate from here or not operate from here, but operate something integrated. So today the practice is dedicated for that, really to kind of step out of our head, back out of the mind and back into the body. So of course we will find our minds thinking, analyzing, solving problems, thinking about what's next, or what I had for lunch, or what I will have for lunch. There is nothing wrong with it, but really we want to just spend a bit more time in the body, as most of the time most people are in their heads, and enrich the language, enrich the connection with the body by cultivating curiosity and looking for words, like looking for a word for this sensation that I feel, or this feeling that is happening inside of me. What name would I like to give it? It doesn't need to be the right name, but the idea is that we learn to identify what is happening, not identify with it, but just identify it. So let's start with finding a comfortable position, sitting or laying. And if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. If not, so leaving them open. Gently gazing somewhere. Feeling the feet. Touch the ground, or the bed, the couch. And feeling your breath. Resting the arms, resting the legs, resting the jaws. And we'll start by just noticing the breath without needing to change it at all. Just noticing the flow of the air in, the flow of the air out. And as you notice the breath, notice your experience also. Notice if it's mostly in the body through a sensation, comfort or discomfort, pressure, tension, heat, warmth, coolness, or any other sensation. Notice if the dominant experience perhaps is in the heart area or more in the emotional field. Maybe there is excitement or nervousness, happiness or sadness, guilt, shame, or anything else. Or maybe the experience is mostly in the head. Thoughts. Drawing the attention. I invite you to notice those thoughts. And just let them pass. Coming back to the breath. Feeling how the air comes in through the nostrils to the back of the throat, to the chest, to the belly. Breath is happening in the body. I invite you to gently scan the body, like we do in a body scan. And notice what it is that you feel. What are the sensations? the sensations that you feel right now in the body. You might feel coolness or warmth somewhere in the body. Tension, tingling, buzzing, pulsing, or maybe even numbness. All are welcome. As you breathe and as you feel the sensations of the breath, noting any other sensation that appear in the body, appear and disappear. If you can stay with some of these sensations, maybe for a couple of breaths, really be curious, not so much of why it is happening, but just curious purely on this sensation. How does it feel? Where does it start? Where does it end? If it changes, how does it change? If it's radiating, how does it radiate? How deep does it go? How wide does it go? Not analyzing, not thinking too much, just feeling into it. What does your body tell you? And from the sensations, I invite you to ask yourself and to lean towards awareness of emotions. That's the emotional tone. You can ask yourself, what am I emotionally feeling right now? And maybe it's clear, sadness or happiness or fear, frustration. Maybe it's layered, or a vague idea, vague feeling, unclear. Either way, it's okay. being curious. If you feel it somewhere in the body, being curious of how does it feel in my body. Maybe even inviting the emotions as guests. Parts within us that sometimes want to be seen. Or perhaps just acknowledged. If you would like, you can say inwardly, you are welcome. You are welcome here. And then the emotion. As you breathe, as you are aware of changing sensations, staying with whatever comes, as long as it wants to stay. Remembering that wandering mind, it's very natural and common. And if or when the mind wanders, just letting it pass, letting it go, gently bringing the attention to the body, to the emotions. And perhaps the emotion comes with a story. A story that is very convincing. Again and again, letting go of focusing on the thoughts and coming back to the attention on the sensations in the body and the intentions to be with the emotion and letting it be without trying to solve, to fix, to get rid of. If you want, you can place your hands on your stomach, or solar plexus, or chest, or wherever it is that you feel right now. Whatever it is that is supportive for you. Once again, if you'd like, you can inwardly say, I allow myself to be with my emotions. I allow myself to feel. All of me is welcome here. I am welcome as I am. This too belongs. Softening the body. With curiosity and compassion. Looking at the sensations. Looking at the emotions, feelings. And breathing. breath to the body know that you're listening now. Slowly letting go, releasing the body, releasing the arms, as we come to the end of this practice. Before moving and opening the eyes, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on the different sensations that came up for you, perhaps the emotions that you related with. If there was something that surprised you, if there was an area in your body that held more information, what does it feel like to feel yourself? To allow time and space for you to feel yourself. How do you feel right now after this practice? In your own time and way, when you feel ready, moving the fingers, moving the toes. Maybe taking a nice stretch or twist. When you feel ready to open your eyes, coming back. Thank you very much. Blessings for the rest of the day, the rest of the week.